Hey, how are you doing? The Bank of Japan decided to take over and maintain the current large-scale monetary easing policy in the monetary policy meeting on 18th. And the president of the Bank of Japan, Mr. Kuroda, emphasized his intention to maintain this current status quo and forth through supporting low-interest monetary policy measure taken by the Japanese government. So in the beginning of this meeting, he started with the Japanese current economic situation. And according to his perspective, economic activities in Japan will be revitalized gradually, and suppression of coronavirus infection around Japan will also work well along with economic reconstruction. So apparently he supported positive economic scenario in Japan. So while commodity price appreciation is never losing stream, he will attempt to shrink the positive territory from this year to the middle of the next year by means of stimulus measure for salary increase. So according to the president of the Bank of Japan, Kuroda, from now, spread of coronavirus infection and product supply restriction will recover even with the pressure from material cost rise and economic slowdown of other countries. So after that, individual wages will grow as it will exceed the potential growth rate under the circumstance that strengthen the positive economic circulation mechanism from income to spending. So in the current price status in Japan, the percentage change of the previous year of consumer price index, excluding fresh food products, is around 3% by the influence of price rise of energy and food and durable consumer products. Moreover, the inflation expectation rate is now appreciating. So in terms of price outlook in Japan, the percentage change of the previous year of consumer price index, excluding fresh food products, highly went up by the influence of the price pass-through based on the import price rise, and there is a positive expectation that positive territory will shrink from now little by little due to the influence of energy price boost by the government's economic measure. So after that, macro supply and demand gap improve, and positive territory will be expected to expand in reaction to energy price going down due to economic measure under the circumstance of a rise of wage increase rates and mid to long-term inflation expectation rate. So he emphasized that the Bank of Japan continued enforcing monetary qualitative easing policy with manipulation of long-term and short-term interest rates as required to keep aiming for 2% price appreciation for economic stability. So he said it may take a long time to achieve this percentage. And in the current situation, in the current Japanese situation, we can't say we are in the situation that where we can easily predict prospect to realize 2% inflation target stably and sustainably at this point of time. The president, Kuroda, said that currently the Bank of Japan is conducting fixed rate purchase operations with 0.5% interest rates for 10-year government bond every business day, and there will not be a continuous trading with more than 0.5% yield rate in terms of reasonability of economics. So the Bank of Japan will intend to operate flexible market adjustments, and they just think there is no need to expand of the fluctuation range of long-term interest rates. So there was a question about purchase of huge amounts of government bonds, and Kuroda answered this question like the Bank of Japan always operate financial policy management with a great care and examination about possible results and byproducts. So he said, I don't especially problematize the fact of increase in the government bond purchase amount. So from here, I just want to talk about my opinion about his statement in the monetary policy meeting. So in the first place, 2% inflation target was one of the strategic economic stimulus measures in Abenomics. And he didn't explain the reason why Abe cabinet didn't achieve this 2% inflation target even for 6 years, right? So if he doesn't understand the reason why Abenomics wasn't able to achieve 2% inflation target for 6 years, he will make the same mistake. And I personally think consumer price hike since last year was brought by the interest rate rise policy measure by the US and Russia's Ukraine invasion. But this was not brought by the monetary policy easing policy by the Bank of Japan. So in short, I think economic theory based on quantity theory of money is already collapsed. That makes us imagine that monetary easing policy will pave the way for causing inflation and getting out of the deflation.